Since Donald Trump took that oath of office, he has been on a non-stop campaign to delegitimize the very institutions that make America great. The free press, the intelligence agencies, the FBI, and the list goes on. From day one, President Trump has been convinced by his own team of yes men and women that he can do whatever he wants, anything. He's unfettered. He is, in fact, above the law. No. Trump's view of the office of the presidency is constitutionally incorrect. And it flies in the face of what this nation was all about. After all, America was established, among other things, to escape the tyranny of the British monarchy. That's what it was about. Our first president, George Washington, was steadfast in his reinforcement of this important constitutional fact that the government is of the people and the government is of laws. In fact, George Washington rejected the very idea that he may even consider becoming this newly formed nation's King George I. However, Donald Trump cannot pretend he is a monarch without the support of his enablers. After all, the American government is supposed to be composed of three co-equal branches, although you'd never know that. Not now. The Republican-controlled Congress has sold its soul to Donald Trump. For what? An unfavorable tax cut? The possibility of an appointment or two of very conservative Supreme Court justices? And there's no turning back. With this latest unilateral actions of using the power of the presidency to strip former intelligence professionals and others of their security clearances, it is clear that President Trump wants to silence his critics and instill fear in others who would even consider criticizing him. This latest so-called presidential power has pushed our nation to the brink of a constitutional crisis. Only the outraged former members of the military and intelligence communities, patriotic individuals appointed by both parties, are willing to call Trump out for his latest blatant breach of trust. With less than 3 months to go before the midterms, the prospect of the Republicans losing the House of Representatives and maybe even the Senate, it's astounding to see and to hear the GOP silence. It is deafening. Is it their complicity with the Russians or their fear of the wrath of Trump that keeps them shamefully silent? So, if the Democrats do regain the majority in Congress in November, maybe Congress will actually be able to perform its constitutional duties and hold President Trump accountable for all of his abuses, and the GOP as well for their failure to act. It was President Kennedy who so presciently proclaimed at his inaugural address, "Those who foolishly sought power by riding the back of the tiger ended up inside." This is John Christopher Bua for Real Political News, Washington.